Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys don't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those charts. So yes, Bitcoin broke out from the top side of our range, which was the 18,600 level. So we had our levels that we were watching, 18,600 to the upside and 17,600 basically to the downside. But yeah, we broke out to the top side. So the target then is basically the top of the range, which we look like we're heading for. Obviously we've run into a 4-hour 9 and had nice acceleration on that 4-hour 9. So are we just going to fall short of tapping the top side and trade sideways to down from here? Maybe we come back and test the 19,000 and then have another stab up into this range. But overall, obviously this is all looking very good. Definite higher low looking pattern here as well, coming in. So yeah, obviously that looks good. We can clearly see what looks to be does it want to draw for me? What looks to be a nice ascending triangle that we've got getting drawn in here. So in the context of that, are we going to basically come up here, test around this level, come back down to what would be retesting the breakout 18,600 level and maybe roughly around the bottom, that's the triangle again, and then bounce off that and break onwards to the upside? I mean, potentially that would be an ideal world textbook looking chart scenario. All I will say is I have looked for these patterns basically at this stage in their development in Bitcoin many times, and just basically seeing us just blast through at this point, and we don't come back and give ourselves this back test again. Yeah, just be aware that we could just blast through. Obviously the downside is there's obviously clear downside if we break back below 18,600. I mean, then realistically we'd expect to come back down to 17,600, which would actually then lose this trend line, and then probably get us down to 16,500. So that is a downside, and obviously we would have to bounce at 16,500, otherwise things will start to look a little bit more on the bearish side. But if we come down to 16,500 and all we do is still operate within this larger range, that is still very macro bullish, and yeah, potentially would set us up for a nice break to the upside at some point in Bitcoin's near future. But yeah, as it stands, we are looking very good. It is going to be a case of over the weekend, where normally we see ranging price action, are we going to see a big break to the upside? You guys will know my bias on that. That we potentially won't. Are we basically gonna reject from here, come back down towards this 18,600 and end up roughly where we started the weekend, when CME is open this evening? I mean, potentially that is a very potential scenario. That is a scenario that I did speak about at the start of the weekend. I just say if we do get like a big move either way, then look out for it to retrace when the CME is open. But hey, they could be using this as an opportunity just to blast us. And when I say they, like, you know those big bad market manipulating whales out there could be using it as an opportunity to blast us to the upside and leave the people that just leave a massive gap in CME, leave people behind. Yeah, potential scenario there. But realistically, everything, we've got all the information we need to see, really. We've got this horizontal as a potential back test and bounce off, which then I think would get us through this resistance if we do that. We've also got the bottom of the trend line if we even come deeper than this horizontal and then bounce off there and move to the upside. And then we've also got the trend line that if we break it and come down, then potentially expect 16,500. So we've got clear defined levels here. Obviously we are looking at a 4-hour chart. You guys on like lower time frames, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute charts. I mean, who knows what you see, because I just feel like you're a bit zoomed in. So yeah, 4 hours pretty much the minimum we look at here. So yeah, look at the 12 hours as well. I mean, yeah, you can see the formation printing pretty clearly there. Yeah, it's looking good. Obviously, ascending triangle statistically more likely to break to the upside. Obviously, continuation. The trend is your friend. So we've got trend and we've got pattern in our favor. Let's have a look at those stochastics. We know that they were potentially looking quite good yesterday. 4 hour wanting to feed through to the 10 and 12 this morning. Sorry, yesterday morning. So yeah, 4 hour has got up there, ran up nicely, and that has basically given us this nice move that we were looking for. And the 10 hour as well did get going and moving to the upside, and the 12 hour just starting to get moving to the upside as well itself. So this 12 hour getting moving. Have we got daily moving up yet? Daily looking to kind of turn over, and if it does turn around here, obviously we've basically stayed in this bullish zone, the bullish half of the overall chart, which is obviously a good sign. So yeah, I mean, if this 12 hour does keep going and get going, realistically would have to expect any pullbacks to get picked up. So even if they are as shallow as 19,000, but maybe even back down to a back test at CME opens of 18,600, you could then still expect that 12 hour to pull us through. Back up to this resistance. So at that point, the daily might be on our side as well, and we could be looking good. Could be looking good for that breakout towards 23k. So Ethereum looking good as well. This is Ethereum US dollar back into this range to the upside. So that obviously looking better. I mean, US dollar following Bitcoin. This is the important. Straighten this out. This is the important pairing though. Satoshi pairing still tightening up, so not really giving us any indication. And I mean, Bitcoin dominance is moving up, so whilst obviously this incorporates all the other altcoins, which I would well, a lot of them apart from Ethereum are like the alt 1.0s from 2017 2018 that are basically rubbish. So obviously they are suffering, but the main one for me to watch is Ethereum, mainly because I think it's like the only good one to still be here from 2017. Well, obviously Ethereum was around before 2017, but yeah, anyway, it's still the main one to be watching, and that is tightening up and still looking okay here. So yeah, but yeah, Bitcoin dominance on the whole looking like it is well, it is making a move up basically. There's not much else I can say about that. So yeah, yeah, that is about it, guys. Not too much else to say here. We just got to watch what happens when the CME's open. I mean, in an ideal world scenario, backtest this 18,600, or even just backtest the trend line and then get back up here and then blast through. There we go. Ideal world scenarios. If not, this trend line and then just get supported at 16,500 is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's not going to be fine for people trading like 1 hour charts and moon boys in general, but chart wise, macro chart wise, it will look fine trading this range sideways for a while. Yeah. Yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.